Ladies and gentlemen, tonight you will not believe who Jack Settleman booked for us. I couldn't even believe it when he told me he got this guy. Can't wait for Jack to set this all up after the jump on Club TopShot.
Damian, you can retire. Let's call up Steve Kerr right now. Tell him you're done.
3-on-2 game.
Oh, I'm an incredible basketball player. Awful shooter. Awful shooter.
Nasty jumper.
Would you ever gamble on shooting?
Here we go.
Me.
We got jaw lighting up again.
On that note, let me go.
All right.
Club TopShot going up on a Tuesday.
Love. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Club TopShot. We got Mike, we got Andy, we got Jack, and we have no Peter Jennings, who is doing all he can in Vegas tonight, hanging out, probably having $1,000 a plate meal right now. But how are we doing, guys?
Feeling good, feeling good, feeling good.
The 4 boxes looks nice, you know. I'm just gonna say 4 looks real good together.
Very symmetrical.
Yeah.
No, good. I went and saw a very bare bones apartment today, and so I have to say, it is not easy to visualize what an apartment looks like when there are no walls and some spray paint on the floor of where the walls are going to be. Would not recommend it.
So you really are downgrading, because I saw a video, I think that Allie posted of you guys at a very lovely open house about a week ago. It seemed great. The backsplash, island kitchen, all of it. But now you're just looking at empty warehouse spaces.
Yeah. So you see, it was a little out of our budget. And the market's down. I already had to explain myself selling some moments on Own the Moment last night. I couldn't handle any more. So we decided to opt for something more like a man of the people, homeless. Going for that.
So are you guys, I mean, my wife and I have looked at a few open houses lately, and I just want to throw in the towel for about 2 years because it's just so demoralizing. Are you kind of plowing through? You're willing to buy the top here?
Well, so our lease is 2 years, so we still have another literally full year on our place. We signed it in July of last year, so we generally have the luxury of being pretty picky with where we want to go. And so the place we saw today is I don't think it will close for legitimately a year, and so it would run right to the end of our lease. And so we have a realtor that we're working with where we were very candid up front, hey, we might not buy anything for a very long time. I hope you're okay with that. And he was like, yeah, it's fine. I don't care. And so just if something pops up that he sees or we see and we think it looks nice, we'll go and look at it and kind of go from there. But we've already said no to a lot of places because we don't want to buy the top. And the place that Ali posted the video of was really, really nice. Yeah. But there was one couple or family that went and saw it at the same open house we went to, and then literally 10 minutes later we got a text from the person who was dealing with the place yeah, they already put in an offer, and then a day later they upped their offer with no counter offer. They just called again and said we'll pay $50,000 more. And so we were all right, this is a little aggressive for us.
Mike, I mean, how did you do it? You just recently bought a house. Was the market as competitive as Brooklyn is?
I don't think as competitive as Brooklyn, but definitely very competitive. We saw the house. We submitted a bid that day, so we were sort of like Andy's family there. It wasn't 10 minutes later, but it wasn't too far after the visit. And then we got into somewhat of a bidding war. We got notice that there were 2 other parties involved, and we had to up our bid, so we went up a little higher. And then they decided to go with us. So it was competitive, but probably not what Andy's dealing with right now.
Look at this. This show started talking about things that only existed in the metaverse that we would spend thousands of dollars on. And now we're talking about physical real estate. I mean, what has happened to us?
Gone full circle.
Yeah. What about you, Jack? Any properties on your eye there in Manhattan?
I've been watching a master class on real estate. So if you guys want any tips, slide in the DMs. It's been pretty interesting, your basic stuff, but no properties that I've acquired recently.
Wait, is this one of the courses you pay for, or what is that?
Yeah. I mean, I have like the year long. I just renew it every year for the whole package. But I saw they had a real estate one. I was curious. Maybe I'll get into flipping houses in my spare time. So who knows?
How do you have enough time for this? You've been in my chats all week trolling me, and now you're like taking master classes on real estate on the side. Like, what is going on?
Well, when you don't have a job similar to you, you know that if you avoid Twitter for an hour, you normally have like an hour to do something. So I pick up little skills along the way in case Andy needs a real estate agent down the road.
Am I the only one on with a day job?
I mean,
Mike.
I think I technically have a day job.
Wow. Look at this. I'm just on with a bunch of degenerates.
You act like you have a day job, but you're a full-time NBA TopShot thought leader. I mean, seriously.
My Twitter game is soft right now. I've been busy at the day job. I'm just liking things periodically. I don't put anything up anymore.
I haven't shit posted as much the last couple of days. It's terrible. I don't really know what to do.
And crypto's kind of back. So why don't you stay off the internet for a little, Andy?
The crypto Twitter goes from shit posting and McDonald's to good morning real quick as soon as Ethereum crosses 2,000.
Jack, do you want to answer this question for Daniel here?
So no guests tonight. But when I sent out that tweet, I was about to send an email. So Kyle Lowry released an NFT today.
Really?
And on the site, there was like this contact. So I was like, you know what? I'll try. Like, nothing to lose here. Email's still free in America. And so I tweeted that out, which is also free in America, Twitter, and sent an email. And like, I had no expectation. And the person was actually like, oh, this is super interesting. I'll ask Kyle. When do I have to let you know by? I was like, just let me know whenever. Text me. So technically could still happen.
Yes.
But if I pulled Lowry and then we got him to call Van Vliet, it was going to be, it was just going to be a special time. So unfortunately nothing, but I was tracking the NFT because I wanted to see, like, I kind of wanted to go back to them and be like, see, this is what happens. But like, all his shit was selling out, like Kyle fucking Lowry. And like, he got a $5,700 offer 2 minutes after releasing the 1 of 1 NFT. So yeah, well, I just got an email.
It's gonna be like his masterclass.
Hey, wait, it's actually from her. Hey Jack, I'm suspecting at any time you didn't mean after 9. Hold on, people. We were trying to move Kyle's schedule around and it slipped my mind. The last item in the collection is available until Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Any other opportunities? That's crazy timing.
Send him the StreamYard link. Just send it to him.
I'll just
send the StreamYard link and say we'll be on for the next 2 hours.
For the next 2 days.
We'll be on as long as it takes.
We're live streaming until the NFT sells out.
So why is the Lowry one doing so well? I keep having the Damian Lillard one in my head that flopped. What's the difference between these?
I think it's like really charity driven or something. I didn't have a chance to like dive really deep in, but from what I saw, there was a lot about something about the history of Toronto or something like that. That was, I think, more like giving back and more about Toronto as a city than just about Lowry. Let me do a quick Google. I thought.
So what are you guys doing Thursday?
Thursday?
Chatting with Kyle Lowry.
Or can we get him booked for next Tuesday?
Yeah, let me shoot a message.
Yeah,
that was crazy timing.
You guys, I wish I could stage a bit of us not having a guest, then doing the psych out, and then pretending like we're getting the guest in real time. We're not.
For everyone watching, like they have this is literally the first time any of you are hearing about anything. Like all I did was send the tweet. I didn't even send it in the group like who I was.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Jack, maybe share your screen. Show the timestamp.
Right, hold on.
Mike really wants receipts here. He's going full Jack Truther on us.
Yeah.
Also, I do why Jack handles this. Shout out to Augustine from the Club TopShot media team. He put together a little drinking game here. I just want to let you guys know some of the things that are in play. We have Pete mentions shooting props. You'll see this in the bottom right. Obviously not going to happen. We do have a Pete doing everything he can, which I'm going to take a drink to that right now. He's at, a sushi dinner in Vegas. If we see Andy's cat, we got a drink here, so that's always going to be fun to look over Andy's shoulder. Is Jack distracted right now? He's on his phone.
This isn't distracted. I mean, this is. I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm working.
We have if I have to give someone Chrome audio instructions here, which is that's a lock. And if I mention that I am fractionally invested, I think we need to get one where Augustine's going to make a bunch more of these. What should be our one for Mike? He references the family trust.
I like that one.
I'm not gonna make my own. You guys are free to anything.
I'm not gonna make my own. Yeah, well, we're gonna get some good ones, but yes, you guys can remind me in the chat if one of these gets dropped and I forget to queue it up here.
Gotta say,
by
the
the way,
Kyle Lowry
Mansplaining
site
here.
it's really nice.
Yeah. Oh, so the reason why I was so aware of this is because the guy who did the art I follow on Instagram, he's super talented. So yeah, the NFT is really cool in general. But the only reason I really wanted to get Lowry was to troll Skeets, because I feel like that would be like the big, like huge. I mean, that would crush them. So we'll see. Stay tuned. The link is out to the recipient, so we'll see.
One thing while we're doing a little housekeeping here, I do think we should, I know we've mentioned it on the show, but I think we should start to give people some concrete dates for Vegas. I got my flights today. I will say right now, we don't have any concrete plans yet for our show and meetup. Those are in the works, but I believe, fellas, most of us are going to be there the 15th, 16th, and 17th of August. Is that correct for you guys as well?
It's 15th of Friday. Oh, 15th is a Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm getting there Friday, like midday, and I'm going till Tuesday. So Friday the 13th till Tuesday the 17th for me.
Yeah, and I just wanted to make clear that most of our club festivities will be on the Sunday and Monday. The Monday is the date we're kind of honing in on for hopefully a show, meetup, maybe play some basketball during the day. So we still have a lot of organizational work to do for this, but wanted people to be able to mark their calendars if they want to come out. And also, we'll have more details on this. I've been talking to our friends over at Underdog, the presenting sponsor of Club TopShot. They are going to fly one of the VIPs out to come and chill with us. If you're driving, you can apply that money to your hotel or whatever you want. The equivalent of a flight's worth compliments of Underdog Fantasy. So we'll have to cook up a fun way to do that giveaway, but shout out to Underdog, and they're going to get us a bunch of merch as well. We're going to have a fun time out there. Are
we still going to have that if we just have a 4-person show and you can't see the Underdog logo on the screen?
You know what? I think what we should do is probably
get Kyle Lowry in there.
No, well, there we go. That we'll get it up in the right here. We'll get the yeah that looks good right over your shoulder, Jack.
Perfect.
Right over. Was that a box of cereal on your?
Yeah.
You have some new additions up there. Is that a curry?
I thought I showed you guys this. This is a physical collectible, Muhammad Ali. It's a Wheaties collectible box. I've got a Steph Curry small head, I think it's called. A Leon Draisaitl, Tim Hortons hockey locker.
Wait, did you get a small head?
Yeah.
Let me see yours.
I got a Curry.
How about you want?
Those
this
are
is
cool.
a Zion.
I mean, I can,
Yeah, I think our small heads would like to meet.
Do they all have the same move going? It's the exact same look.
There is a basketball that came with it, but it's like I don't really know where it doesn't like actually stick to anything. I guess it kind of.
I like that. That's cool.
Maybe I guess it sticks in between here. Yeah, these were cool. My buddy Joe Holka showed me the site for these, and I was like, yeah, these are great.
I like it.
I got sent one for free. What?
You got sent one for free, Jack? Well, I actually just wanted to support some true artists.
In exchange for putting it up in the background of your Club TopShot window? I can do that.
Not in exchange, more so. I just thought it was dope. But yeah, we got the Muhammad Ali. It's set. See, it's funny. Box number 1. But so maybe I'll find Dingaling. And then this one's cool. Tim Hortons releases like a set of little lockers. Got a stick. Sometimes I play hockey.
That's the
There
most
you go.
Canadian thing I've ever seen.
All right, so Lowry's out for tonight, but is intrigued by the thought of Thursday. So we'll talk offline. Maybe we'll get a special little pop-up club, happy hour club.
Yeah, let's we'll touch base on that. Thank you for pounding the pavement on that, Jack. One kind of hot topic that I wanted to talk to Andy about before we get into some TopShot stuff is, and I saw you in a tweet thread kind of talking about these avatar projects, which I've been checking in on the Discord, and it will literally change every 12 hours. I got in on the Huas. I have a Chihuahua. Compliments of TD Marquise from the Discord sent me a Hua. Then next thing you know, they're onto the Bulls. Then they're onto the Misfits, a project that got canceled. Now we're on to something else. Like, what is going on with these avatar projects, Andy? How is there a demand for them right now?
So there was a really interesting Twitter thread by some guy named Kai about like the amount of unique addresses that hold all these different avatar things. And basically, if you exclude Gary V's, because they were that one was one of generally unique new holders, which isn't surprising because he has a very large reach kind of outside of the crypto sphere. There's a little over 10,000 people who have really been or 10,000 unique addresses. I don't know how many people that is, but there's not really a huge incentive to like use a shit ton of accounts to interact. So there's been, there's close to 10,000 people who are interacting with and buying all of these digital collectibles. And so in my opinion, and I mean, who knows, maybe I'm wrong. I was wrong about Bored Ape Yacht Club in general. I think that this always kind of made me think that you have like the punks that were the original cool avatar that people like and use and are never really going to go anywhere. And then like Bored Apes are kind of the new wave of that for people who were not early enough to claim punks, but were early enough to get into apes when they were super affordable. And like, obviously there's more than 10,000 people who would ever, and I think there's only like 2,000 unique owners of punks and like 4,000 for apes. And so there's just like a really wide distribution and like obviously more than 6,000 people who would ever want to have a provably rare avatar in the world. I think that's like not shocking. And so realistically, probably what's happening right now is a bunch of people are playing kind of this gambling game of, maybe one of these projects is also going to be like Bored Apes. And it's mostly just the same people buying and selling these things from each other. But what's interesting with the whole idea of, avatars and collectibles is you only need 5% of those people who are playing the game to legitimately like that one avatar and be like, I want to buy the really rare version of this, or I want to buy 50 of these. And then like you can still make money even if in general it is a flop. And so I think there's just enough people who have money and are like having fun playing this game that it's still going on. But at the same time, like at this point, I'm very wary of any of these collectible projects because just like at some point the amount of money people have to sink into these, because every time people buy 800 Ethereum into one of these, that's like, nearly $2 million or something that are just disappearing from the pool of cash that can be used to buy these things. So
Jack, I feel like early on when we started Club TopShot, you were aping into everything. You were dabbling in all kinds of stuff. I believe you bought a TopShot skull at one point, but I haven't seen you kind of going after all of these new avatar projects. Why have you pumped the brakes?
Because they're NFT influencer shill scam coins.
Here we go. Let's go, Jack.
Yeah, I think, I got excited about a lot of different NFT stuff early on, but I always stayed pretty disciplined in what I was buying. At least I feel so. Like I was only in Zed, which I thought had utility, in TopShot, in Punks because they were first. I really like genies, so I bought some Shawn Mendes genies. Maybe that wasn't the smartest thing in the world. And then a piece of digital art just because I love TopShot. So yeah, I haven't done like apes or squiggles or pickles or any of that stuff. And I'll admit, like, there's money to be made in that, but it's one of those situations where like don't get caught holding the bag. And I think because of that, like I don't follow these things close enough to where I'd feel comfortable. I feel like Andy talked about it when he went on that trip. It was like, yeah, I could have my money here for the day, but like I don't want to have to worry about, something like that. So I think long-term stuff's going to win here. I still think the squiggles are just insane. Like, you want to talk about JPEGs and PNGs, like that's literally someone drawing lines on. I don't even get it, but yeah, I think I get the appeal to apes. I think punk comics is cool. Like, I think a lot of these projects are cool, but I just don't like want to be spread too thin for it. And liquidity is always a problem.
That's Augustine. We need a Jack mentioning his liquidity drinking game. Mike, what about you? You're a very disciplined investor. You do thorough research. I haven't seen you popping up with like a pickle avatar or anything.
Where's Andy's couch?
The couches were not NFTs though. I have a lot of views on all of this. I think that a lot of this, if you break it down into like simple terms, is kind of silly, whether it's physical sports cards, TopShot, high-end watches, high-end cars. Like, a lot of this stuff is kind of silly. So it's kind of, what do all these things bring to the table, and why do people pay a premium for them? And it's some semblance of someone else thinks it's cool. I think it's cool. I like the art. I like the tech, whatever it is. What I am sort of bothered by about these projects and don't feel comfortable with myself is that it does feel very manipulated, very shilly, very kind of the first 200 people to buy this new version of it are going to kind of post every next sale on Twitter. Someone posts, wow, I can't believe I just sold this for half an Ethereum, and it gets 200 likes, and you can bet your ass that's the 200 people who already bought the project. And it just seems so artificial and so manipulated. And I fully understand the thrill of the chase. It's not unlike you go into a casino, they are taking your money and doing everything in their power to get you to stay in there longer, up your bet size, stay awake longer, pumping in oxygen, not having any clocks anywhere. It's a similar sort of thing.
We already did our Vegas promo, Mike.
It's a similar sort of thing where, like, I don't think anyone's like getting tricked, and I think it's like a fun thing for everyone, but it just feels a little bit uncomfortable and almost like dirty, where it's like the same group of 5 to 10 high followed Twitter accounts just choosing a new thing to do, and you can clearly see how they buy something, then start talking about it, start talking about the team and the community, and everyone's excited as long as the price is going up, and everyone's posting about it as long as the price is going up, and then suddenly things kind of fall to the wayside. But I don't know. I think you can do well doing it. I'm not saying people shouldn't do it. I think you really can do well, and it probably is fun to like play these new lottery games. It is a lottery at the end of the day. It's a fun thing to do. What I'm always surprised about is who's the person. Yeah, who's the person putting in the 20 ETH purchase a week after these new launches and like buying the golden dog or buying the cranium with the multicolored shirt or whatever it is. I want to know who that second person is. The first person I get, a gambler having a fun time, whatever. Even if they lose money, they paid $100 to have a good time, to chat with some people about their good time. I want to know who's putting in the $15,000 on the next profile picture. That's my question.
Carlini told me that I bought the top on my cranium when I bought it. So I might be one of the people.
Cranium?
Yeah, I bought. So
all right, so you're a good person to ask about this.
Wait, no.
What do you think about the projects, Pete?
But I feel like Pete didn't drop 50K. But Mike, I think it's the people who mint 150 of a thing. It goes up to 1 ETH, and then they dump on the community, and then they move on to the next thing.
That would be community. I want to know who's that second layer thing. Who's like, I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Someone who was probably buying Ethereum for like $80 each. That would be my guess.
I don't know. I fully get the mint at 0.08. Hope that the right people start talking about it and like 4x your money in a week, and maybe get the quick 100x if you pull the right rarity or whatever it is. I get that game. That's fun. And if the music stops, and you lose your money once or twice, but you've already made 100x your money enough times, it doesn't even matter. I don't get that next level of buyer. Who's coming in and saying, wow, I love that there's only 15 out of 10,000 of this insert rarity X, the hat, the color of the fur, the tooth size, whatever it is. Who is paying so much money for that?
Yeah, I do know who bought the gold Bored Ape dog for like $100,000. I haven't had a conversation with them about why they did it. but I know who it was, and they have money. They're fine.
Funny enough, I booked him as a guest tonight.
So I bought this cranium because it's your profile picture.
Yeah.
It's so the Deposit Kingdom, the avatar for the Discord is the hard hat. It was part of the DFS hand builders bit. And then there was also the wife guy character from the TopShot video wearing this sweater. So everyone said I had to buy it. I bought it, and Carlini told me I bought the top, but I'm at peace with it because I genuinely like this cranium.
So if anything, the Bored Apes thing like maybe has moved beyond the like quick flip thing. There's like, I don't know, whatever. There's athletes in it and stuff. I sound like I'm like feeding into it. Like the Bored Apes thing seems like they've got some like actual following. I don't know. I'm not buying something for $100,000. What I don't get is like the Craniums one, then the Bulls one. Like I don't know how much people are paying for these ones, but like those seem to have very little traction and be. I don't know. What do you guys call it? Copy pasta? What do your friends call it, Andy?
Yeah, copy pasta.
Yeah, it seems very copy pasta to me. I don't get that next level.
I felt like totally a boomer reading that term too, Mike, and I'm glad that you were the one that took a stab at it. There.
Is it pasta or pasta?
I always say pasta, but I know it's pasta.
Yeah, I know.
Well, one thing that's been fascinating to me about the apes is relative to Meebits, because Larval Labs had everything you want as far as the Lindy effect, the first mover advantage. Like they had the chance to do what Bored Apes did, and they just got cucked so hard. Like the more I think about it, I just can't believe at how they left the window open for a community like Bored Apes to come in and do what they had already done, even better for this next generation of NFT collectors. Am I being too hard on Larval Labs, Andy?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you know, it's really hard to say. I think like part of the really cool thing about punks is that they just kind of made them and they was like, all right, then fuck you guys. Here's some punks. Have fun. And like for punks, that worked really well because they like were able to create their own narrative. But I think where, and I mean, who knows? Maybe they were taking that $70 million they made and they're making some crazy metaverse shit that people don't even know about. And like, they're going to come out in a year and be like, boom, look at what we've done with this money. We now are a 50-person team and we're doing crazy stuff. I would love to see that. I'm not betting on it. I think that they just kind of, well, one, they don't have to care. They sold art and people bought $70 million worth of art and like, it's not their problem. End of the day. Like, it's kind of like if you anticipated that people were going to add value to the digital collectible that you bought, like they didn't say they were going to. It's kind of on you. But then also like they probably were trying to kind of follow the same playbook as punks and be like, oh, look, we're going to release this thing. And then like, all right, see you guys. We'll come back in 2 years and release something new. And it worked for punks and it worked for autoglyphs and it didn't really work for Meebits, but it worked fine in so much as they made $70 million. So like could be a lot worse.
By the way, Epic Games raised $1 billion to build a metaverse. So I don't know what the price of building a whole nother world is, but apparently $1 billion is the number for them.
And is that to build like an independent new version, not to make their presence known in an existing one or partner with someone? It's a brand new one.
Correct. I would heavily anticipate that they are not going to just buy up land in wherever, Sandbox. They're gonna.
I totally agree. Sorry to interrupt.
No. I just think they're gonna build their own shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many traditional video game companies that could just blow all of these current metaverse projects just so far out of the water.
That's why I didn't buy any land. I got a full tour. I think the concept is incredible. And I'm invested.
Is this part of the masterclass?
Is your real estate class actually in the metaverse?
No, one of the homies on Twitter we did a live stream and he took me through on a tour. Crypto Novo, he's got the crypto punk like kind of face. Like he doesn't look like a crypto punk. Well, we all do, kind of. But yeah, I got a whole tour and I think the concept's dope. I totally think that's where the future is going. but I'd rather wait for Epic to build a metaverse that looks like Fortnite and actually works versus like it was so glitchy and everything so block looking. Like it's just clearly V1. So we'll see.
Well, I also think there's the interesting thing around the avatar nature of these projects. It is like a big fun thing on Twitter. Andy, you had an ape. You went back, I believe, now to your CryptoPunk avatar. Talk to me through the psychology, and maybe there isn't any thought going into it, but you were just enjoying the fun with the apes. That like what motivates an avatar shift like that?
Honestly, mostly it's just for fun. And like, for me, I like end of the day, I think Bored Apes are cool and they're fun, but like to me and for me personally, CryptoPunks are like the avatar project that I relate to. And it's a lot of, you know, flipping NFTs and stuff is how do I get more punks? And so like kind of that's kind of evolved, like Bored Apes coming into prominence has kind of evolved my like long-term thesis on this stuff. And I imagine in a couple of years, there'll be a totally new generation of people who have made money on crypto or any type of alternative investments and are young enough where they're more than happy to spend 5 figures on a digital thing. And realistically, some of those, maybe they'll have enough to want to buy some punks because they're the originals. And some might want to buy Bored Apes because they're from the season prior of avatars. But a lot of those people will probably end up finding whatever is the new cool avatar that comes out in a year or two. And so I think like we're just going to kind of have these cycles of kind of in every crypto cycle and every just new group of users who are coming into the NFT avatar space, they'll have their own project that they identify with. And so like Bored Apes are cool and it was fun. And it was fun to like learn about the cheetah DMT Bored Ape rivalry that I had no idea about when I bought my ape. But like for me, my punk profile picture is like my Twitter profile.
Whatever happened to Mooncats? Like, did their value go to zero?
No, they've actually like had a little bit of trading volume recently.
Really?
I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah.
What
I still have
about?
some, but-
And then I know hash masks went up and then down, but then they rebounded a little bit. Anyone know where they're at? Because like I always thought hash masks were super cool. I knew they were art, but also I liked the name changing token. I thought that was really cool aspect of it, and just the creation of it all. Like I thought they had a pretty cool story to it. So 0.25 floor, Tony says, is that for the cats or for hash masks?
Hash mask.
That's for hash masks. Oh, I might have to grab a hash mask.
The hash masks are been still at like the top of my wish list that I keep coming back to of wanting one of those.
Like a hash mask, like when Roz has it, is like in her apartment or whatever, her house. Like I could totally see like a frame hash mask being like a piece of art over your left shoulder there.
Yeah, I would love that. Andy, how much of it for you, like you are very firmly in the Ethereum NFT space. Like how much of it is like, I will be considered a fraud if I don't have a Bored Ape. Like I want to make sure that, or like, this looks like they're having a ton of fun. I want to get one of these.
Yeah. I mean, like it's definitely both. I mean, like, just being transparent.
Yeah. That's
like,
what I was wondering.
Yeah. I am working on an NFT project full time. And like, I want to be inclusive to the NFT communities that are like popular and blowing up, and want to make sure that I'm like appropriately understanding why they're so excited and what we can do to like make them excited about our platform. And so that's definitely a part of it. And there was like, as I was really curious, like, okay, if I buy a Bored Ape and I make it my profile picture, how many new people are going to want to interact with me because of that? And like kind of as a way to gauge how actually insane is the community around this stuff. And does that actually matter? And it definitely did. They're inside. The amount of Bored Ape followers, people with profile pictures of Bored Apes that I got as followers like the 2 days after I changed it was insane. So it was like very helpful for me, just like recognizing that to me, it felt much different than like Mooncats or hash masks and stuff, in a way that it like just kind of how it generally felt is just people were excited about it and like were so active on Twitter. And so that to me was like, okay, we need to like really hone in and focus on this and make sure that we're providing people a good experience when they do want to fractionalize a Bored Ape, or make sure we have really good write-ups about why are Bored Apes cool? What do people like about them? What are the, particular risks or or positives to this project. Whereas with other projects that aren't as popular, we aren't going to take the time to do that because there isn't really that big of a community or demand around it.
Maybe it's a good segue, but I feel like all these side projects make me feel pretty good about TopShot. The market's obviously a little bit down right now, but overall, just that's a project. I think CryptoPunks, I've said from the start, once I found out those were the first NFT, the story was simple. That's why I was a believer. And TopShot's clearly, it stopped marketing the 10x flip because, frankly, it doesn't exist anymore, but it's really building long term. And if it becomes the currency of the NBA, becomes any of this stuff that we've always talked about, I think just the potential is crazy for how cool it could be. Pricing wise, I have no clue where prices are going to go, but just how cool the project can be because what's the access and utility of owning a Bored Ape? You get 500 Twitter followers and you get some merch. Well, the access and utility of NBA TopShot is limitless. I mean, you could literally get Kyle Lowry on your made up show. You could go to a finals game. You can do, a million different things. So I think that's really cool for people who are still TopShot believers, even though, as they say, TopShot is dead. TopShot is dead.
Mike, is TopShot dead?
I totally agree.
No, I agree with Jack and Andy, since he just agreed with Jack. I think TopShot is going through a rough market patch right now. I think it may be bumpy and rough for the next few months. I think we're heading into the off season. I've posted about it a few times recently when I do pop onto Twitter and actually write things. I think that part of the challenge right now is, as we've seen with all these avatar projects and a few other things in crypto world, a lot of the crypto community is in it for the flip. And it's whether that's the rush because they're having fun, whether they just want to stack Ethereum, whether they just want to build up a stack of currency for the next NFT they want to buy, or they just want to build up to CryptoPunk, whatever it is. It's perfectly reasonable, but they like the flip. And we've seen it with a lot of different projects. We've seen these avatar projects. We've seen it with hash masks that 2 months later, everyone is building it up as the best community, the best thing in the world. And no one cares about it after 2 months. And I think a lot of those people who fit that profile, who that's what they're in it for, the rush of the flip, the rush of the lottery, that for better or for worse, were the early beta testers of TopShot and currently hold a balls number of really valuable TopShot moments. And so what happens then is, at this point, the market's coming down. Everyone's having a great time when the market's going up. You don't need to do the flip. Now the market's coming down and people are saying, hang on, if I do one of these avatar projects, if I do Punk's comics, if I do something else, there's a much quicker flip opportunity for a 4X than this TopShot thing. So I'm out. And those people hold a lot of supply right now. And I think that as time goes on and those moments are purchased by NBA fans and people who love Fred VanVleet, or people who love RJ Barrett, or people who love Bol, whoever it is, actual NBA fans, someone, a big Nuggets fan, someone who went to high school with Ray Allen, whatever it is, people who actually want to own the moments, I think over time, it's going to shift more in that direction. And, the weighting will shift from crypto people who were part of the early beta testing to TopShot NBA fans. And hopefully it stabilizes over time. And I think the TopShot team is doing good things in terms of features, in terms of site stability, in terms of the pack drop technology. They've introduced the queue system. They're communicating better. I think they're hearing people on the supply demand dynamics. And so I think there are positive developments, but that issue of where the supply is held right now is a big overhang right now that's going to take some time to play out.
I think they do need to do, and I know we've heard rumblings of this with some of the cashback, rake back type stuff, but they need to, I see the people in the chat talking about the Bored Apes giving the dog, and airdropping that and, whatever that was valued at like a $2,000 gift right now, I believe. TopShot needs to let the pendulum swing back. They need to do some big gifts. Maybe they do a pack drop, but it's for NBA tickets and it's a lottery where a bunch of people get tickets for those games. Whatever it is, they need to start pumping some things back in just to energize it. Because you look at the energy of the Bored Apes community, partly it's because it's going up, but then also because they continue to double down on the utility, on the community efforts. I just feel like TopShot now needs to really swing in that other direction.
Well, I mean, it's interesting you say that because I think that's where it all feels a little bit silly at times. People are having a ton of fun and loving each other in the community and all getting together and hugging while prices are going up. I can assure you if the Bored Ape floor fell in half or fell by 3/4, people would like the art a little bit less, have a little bit less fun, be less excited about the fact they're getting airdropped a dog. Right now, TopShot could airdrop some, 20,000 edition size moment into our account and no one would care because they'd say this is worthless. The dog is only worth something. I don't know, because the prices are going up. I don't know why the dogs are worth something. Maybe because people trust in the team, whatever it is. But as long as the prices are going up, people are having a fun time with some of these projects where I think, and to Jack's point, what we were talking about before, where TopShot is a bit differentiated is that it's not, it represents an NBA team, and there's a long history of people being affiliated with sports teams and having, going to actual games and relating to actual people playing, going for the house. We know what the addressable market is here. I don't really understand the addressable market for a lot of these other projects and what they really bring to the table at the end of the day. It's a ton of fun. And I've bought some of these things, I've sold some of these things, and I get it. But longer term, I feel more comfortable in TopShot than some of these other projects, even if I feel like TopShot may have some pain in the short term.
Nosmok is actually going to join us on the show later, along with Womanz, so we'll catch them here in a little bit. But on this comment from Nosmok, Andy, and I've seen this talk too, like avatar projects are all the rage right now. That is how you flex, how you show off right now, because we don't have a built-out metaverse. Do you think TopShot loses a little kind of social cachet because they don't have an easy way to display your moments as an avatar?
I think yes. Right now, I think it's like more nuanced than just like, oh, I need to have an avatar, but more so like it right now is not super easy to display your moments anywhere. It's not like it's very easy. You open up this, whatever random avatar project you get, and you get a cool one. You make your profile picture for the day, and people go, "LMAO, dude, nice profile picture. That's cool." And that's just like not something you would do with a TopShot moment. And so there definitely is something there, but I think like more so, and I think this is kind of like what MBL was talking about a bit, and just like kind of a larger problem in general is it's really hard to make it feel like you're like, this is just the dumb human brain, but when you're collecting a physical thing versus a digital thing, it's very hard to feel like you're collecting it. And like right now, TopShot is not expending a lot of money or manpower to really make it feel like you are a collector or you feel like you're an investor. And I think that like just forces people to have a certain way they think about all of this stuff. Whereas like even with these random shitty collectibles, because you can show it on your social media platform very easily and like display it and stuff, and because it kind of represents an avatar in a way, it feels more collectible. And so I think that it's just like a long-term challenge that TopShot will have. And I don't think it's by any means insurmountable. But like, how do you really reiterate the collecting side of things? And I think it is giving big collectors opportunities to meet players and to go to games and to do all this other stuff. And that's where you really start to tap into that stuff.
Jack, what do you think of these suggestions here? Button to click to turn your showcase into a Twitter banner. Clay says integration with Twitter where your favorite moment can be a pinned tweet. What do you think about stuff like that?
I mean, I think these are all small fixes that I'd rather them not get distracted with. I'd rather them build out of beta and make serious changes, utility, build the game, build actual activations that you can cash in moments for, create a partnership with NBA League Pass, like be able to go on the NBA store and trade in a moment, stuff like that. That's the stuff I want to see them build to, not, just like boost the market for a day. The cash back, like I think rake back might be necessary just because they don't need the rake, right? Like that's kind of our whole discussion with it. They don't need the rake. They're investing in a lot of tools that are supposed to enhance the market, that are supposed to enhance the game that is NBA TopShot. So I really think they need to stay big picture in terms of the stuff they're going to focus on building. You've kind of seen their strategy, which is give money elsewhere, but put money into stuff they want to build, and then make sure the site works and make sure the stuff functions and that there's no problem with pack drops. Like the Zed stuff, they turned on breeding after a month, and they had major blips in the system. So like, as someone who's in Zed, that's extremely concerning. Same concerns that people have for TopShot. TopShot has kind of squashed that for a little bit, and now we forget about the days where like pack drops were literally broken. They would break the site. It would be all the rage on Twitter. So I think TopShot actually got lucky by how much interest and activity they got early on, because people will now always know about it. And like, if there's a new reason to come back, whether it's a video game, whether it's a million different things, they'll always have that. So they're not going to have to teach a ton of those people to kind of come back and play. So I think it would be really cool if TopShot with their 7.5 or Dapper with their $7.5 billion valuation, like bought a stake in an NBA team or were part of the expansion team. That would be insane. I think the community then being able to kind of be fractionally invested in some form fashion would be obviously huge for you, Pete, and your bid equity. But just like, I have no clue. Maybe they use it through fractional. Like there's a lot of legs to go through here, but like they got money. So that would be insane if like you would essentially root for a team that you're rooting for TopShot. What up, Jennings?
What, Pete? Like,
Jennings, get on the show.
Yeah, why are you're able to chat right now, but you can't hop on the show and explain yourself, Pete? You are doing.
He just hopped in. He just.
All right, here's my big question. My big question about all of this. I think there's a huge divide right now where this goes back to what I was saying about who holds TopShot moments right now. We are comparing TopShot to NFT projects. There are people in the chat saying there's too much supply. Imagine if there was a V2 and V3 of CryptoPunks. People are saying we need to burn moments. People are saying they need to have utility. You need to be able to breed them, whatever. They need to give you Jennings.
What up, boys?
What's going on?
No, just I got home and was trying to do everything I can, and you guys are having a good time.
You're gonna get us wasted out here.
Where are you? You have the best audio, the crispest setup you've ever had right now.
My audio's better?
It's 100 times better.
It's so funny. I'm on my laptop with no mic. I mean, what are the odds of that?
We don't know what you need to do going forward.
Yeah.
Wait, are you in Vegas?
No, I'm here in Colorado. A bunch of guys are in town, and it's full blown, massive stakes gambling on the golf course. So I got smoked yesterday, but won today, so I'm a little bit happier.
Yeah, who else is up on the trip?
Brandon Adams is cleaning everyone's clock right now. The no handicap king is just coming and just he's playing out of his mind.
Who else is part of your crew?
John Aguirre is coming in. Stephen Bass, Steve beat Levitan with a frying pan, Levy. Like, how do you feel?
I know. Well, in fairness, there was a handicap. I feel like everyone's looking at this like there wasn't a handicap here. It wasn't a straight up loss. Give me a frying pan.
But you had a handicap. I get it. I know you had a lot. Yeah. And then some guys you guys don't know, some Denver guys. But it's a lot of fun, and I wanted to dive in because I think. Obviously there's a lot TopShot can do, but I wanted to hear, and maybe you guys have talked about this already, I just tuned in, but what's like all these avatar projects are like almost exactly the same. And I don't get it. I don't like where's the innovation? Where's the new stuff? Like I saw that Beer for Life thing from Denver Beer Company, and I thought that was cool. I expect to see a lot more companies and just like innovative stuff to happen versus just, hey, let's throw out 10,000 avatars, sell them out, and like pimp them. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I'm a CryptoPunk guy. I know Bored Ape Yacht Club's done some really cool stuff, but I feel like we're seeing more and more of these avatar projects every day.
Real quick, how much did the Denver Drink for Life NFT go for?
I think it's still. I don't think it's sold yet. I actually need to look into that.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find it.
We were talking about it a little bit before. I think the takes were a little bit all over, a combination of rent seeking, quick flip kind of stuff, people genuinely liking some of the art on them, but also people just kind of wanting to chase the Bored Ape thing, the low mint cost in just the thought of, oh, I have a shot at a 5x, a 10x here, where in the NFT space, some of the established stuff, Zed, TopShot, you don't have those quick 5, 10x opportunities anymore.
I think the conclusion was people like gambling. We're all a little bit confused who is taking the lottery ticket wins off of their hands, from this project. Everyone gambles because you might pull a 20 Ethereum, I don't know, pickle or cat or whatever else, but who is paying the 20 Ethereum for the cat to enable all of this? And so we all get the playing of the lottery and the action, and you have that itch and you just want to gamble a little bit. I think the question from all of us, is who's that next buyer? Who's buying all these? And Overzet's one for craniums.
I did it. It was, as Jack would say, it was a content play. I got some bid equity out of it. It crossed a lot of boxes that I like when I buy NFTs.
Yeah,
also, it was like $200.
I get that a lot of them are cool looking. I just think like a lot of the NFTs are going to be badass. Like digital art and what people are able to create, it's going to be cool. But like to justify a lot of these prices, I agree. It's just gambling and trying to be like, oh, you're part of the next big project. I don't know.
It's basically the first. It's like the first iteration of NFT lotteries, right? And that's just like kind of what it is.
Yeah.
And people love lotteries.
But who's paying off the lottery isn't like the person who's collecting the initial fees. It's some random other person. That's the part that. Well, yeah,
those people are insane or just really rich.
Yeah.
It's one of the.
Like I'm loving Zed. I mean, I know Zed's had their hiccups too, but like at least there's like a clear path to like utility there, and like that game makes a lot of sense in the metaverse, and like if they can get everything set up where there could be like high stakes betting, and people could own part of the tracks and some of the stuff that they talked about. I mean, to me, that's something unique. I completely agree with what Jack said. Like, why don't they like TopShot should absolutely plug into some of these NBA experiences. Imagine if you owned, if you completed a challenge or a series, you got courtside tickets or you got season tickets. I mean, I know the challenge there, and I think what a lot of people have made, and Jeremy Levine's a big proponent of this, is that, you start tying utility to some of these collectibles, like then that starts defining the value. So I understand that take, but at the same time, like they're so plugged in with the NBA. Where do you guys stand on that? Like, if you start tying a lot of utility to something, like the beer for life is like very easy to quantify the value.
I'm looking. The highest bid is currently $2,700. So I might have beer for life in Denver, and I don't even live in Denver.
when is that coming? When is that up though, Andy?
That's still got 8 days.
Yeah, exactly. So
I give them the benefit of the doubt on two things. One, that they're in beta, and I just don't know if they are ready to fully hit all of those channels. And two, I think as much as being partners with the NBA is amazing, it's a corp, and those things tend to move slow, right? So in the middle of the season, the middle of the off season, in the middle, these are 6 months, 2 year long projects sometimes where you're trying to figure out, we're going to do this. So I think it just might be moving slowly. If they're not looking to do stuff like that, that would be a red flag to me. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. It doesn't have to be in 6 months. At some point, though, yes, they need to activate. Like a summer league feels like an easy win for them. All-Star break is another easy win. Having a fan section or a kiosk, like there's live bet or kiosk, sports betting kiosks at arenas coming forward in DC, and like same thing could be true for TopShot. You're at the game, you scan in, you get a moment from the game. Like these are obvious things that I have no doubt they're trying to do, but I just think it takes time.
Yeah, I think the whole point around like the conversation around utility is really interesting. And there's like a larger conversation around that with value accrual for DeFi tokens. And basically the largest DeFi token that exists right now is Uniswap. And it has literally no value accrual. It is a governance token that governs the Uniswap system. It makes no money, doesn't really do anything other than let you vote on Uniswap. But because of that, it is like completely unbounded and like totally disassociated with how much money is Uniswap bringing in as a protocol and all these different things. And so it's just traded on like, what do you think it's worth? I don't know. And so because of that, and I mean, because of a lot of reasons, but I think that is part of it, is that it's extremely hard to value, and it kind of lets the meme side of things take over and the price can be higher. And so there definitely is, like, I think when you explicitly tie the value of particular moments or things to like one utility or two different like things that it can do, it definitely does have downsides that people don't totally consider sometimes. But I do think that there also is a world where you can kind of get the best of both worlds with TopShot, where you say, hey, owning a lot of Steph Curry moments does get you the chance to get a signed Steph Curry jersey, or all these different things where, like, if you're a rich guy and you really like Steph Curry and you don't really have an in to meet Steph Curry, maybe you want to drop $50K and buy enough Steph Curry moments to get a really cool game-worn signed Steph Curry jersey. And that's something that like TopShot can do. And it doesn't mean that like that doing that doesn't explicitly tie the value of all future of Steph Curry moments at all times in the future to the price of his jersey. But it does say like, hey, who knows? Sometimes when you own these things, you do get really cool shit. And that like it can kind of play both sides. But I do like understand where Jeremy and like what you're saying, Peter, is coming from, of like if you too tightly couple it to utility, sometimes it almost can be a negative thing if that utility isn't like insanely valuable.
Giannis knee injury,
Really?
really bad.
Oh no.
Really
I
bad.
think I'm about to see it.
Yeah,
Can we talk about how the Bucks are losing to the Hawks without Trae Young?
yeah.
Ooh,
No,
that didn't look good.
Wow.
That's not good.
I think he
I mean, I don't want to.
best case he hyperextended his knee, worst case he just tore his ACL.
Yep.
Dr. Andy.
I think he tore his ACL shit.
Just the way that he grabbed at it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then it was him lying on the floor yelling "fuck."
These
It's generally
playoffs.
not a good sign.
These playoffs, the NBA is going to be. God, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Pete, we mentioned Jeremy. You got any idea what's going on with this yacht?
I mean, can we talk about something for a second? I mean, imagine being in your mid-30s, multi-millionaire,
Okay, I can't.
starting multiple companies. What's your play? Jeremy said, I'm going to start a tequila company so I can go party and like book out yachts on the company dime and just basically ball out. I mean, it seems like you guys saw it in Miami, I guess. I mean, it seems like he's
jealous.
Ashley asked me if I'm jealous. There's the downside of being.
No, I mean, having a loving wife and a new child I can't imagine anything more fulfilling than that, Pete.
I agree. Great wife, great baby.
I told him about your 3:30 a.m.
Yeah, she's 3:30 a.m. last night was tough. But
I just want to say, your wife had an Instagram post the other night, Pete. It was a meme, and it said, "It's funny how you can only hear the baby on one side of the bed." Was that maybe a reference to you?
That was last night.
oh, you get out. You get
on?
Commentary.
That is a magical place where you don't hear babies crying at night. Must be nice.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but Ashley, I mean, it's brutal. I mean, I'm good.
Pete, just get up one time and take care of the baby.
I did last night. Who took care of the baby at 3:30 in the morning last night?
Wow.
I'm doing everything I can. Cheers.
Hey guys, so go back to what's Jeremy up to here with this yacht? It's for the tequila parties?
Yeah, so there is actual like real
Utility.
Yeah.
No.
Community and utility.
No, we're not going with those words, but value creation. I mean, a tequila company or any alcohol brand is always going to be hype and brand that really drives like enterprise value. So you're starting a company and try to make it as cool as possible. The Hamptons during the summer is probably one of the top places to try to build hype. And I mean, Jeremy knows a lot of people, and it seems like having a yacht in the Hamptons and your own tequila company seems like a good idea.
I love it. Sounds great. Jack,
I mean,
did you connect him with your guy? I connected him with mine.
I talked to my guy. They didn't have any boats for him, but they drive yachts, so I figured it was worth a stab. So I guess the yacht thing he's on his own.
Mike, you look like the camera is in the corner of your office.
The camera's here.
Wait,
looks like
when
I check out
coming from?
when I check out the chat, I'm like really looking to the side here. Instead of having the 2 monitor thing, I just have one wide monitor, and the camera's up here, and the chat's over here, and I'm standing. It's the whole thing.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I have the wide monitor and a vertical monitor, and I'm very seriously considering getting 2 more monitors. I feel like I don't have enough.
What do you
For all those avatars
tell us
you need to
about
display.
Tell us about the use case for each monitor, and are you going to have permanent fixtures? Like I have my email on one half and other shit on the other half. That's my go-to. What do you do with all yours?
Use email enough that you have to have half of your screen dedicated.
So you remember we talked about before that I have a day job?
No, emails, like when I'm talking with like massive companies, I say, please, anything but email me. Like you can like send me faxes. I'd rather have that than email. I hate using email so much.
I like email.
Telegram, and then Discord, and then Twitter DMs, and then I'll make a Facebook account and Facebook Messenger if I have to, and then I'll email you.
I like email because whatever's still in my inbox, I haven't yet addressed. It's like an easy to-do list. Whereas like Telegram, if I read something and I'm like in the middle of doing something else, and then I forget to get back to it, and it's kind of a disaster.
That's why you got to get texts, all your DMs in one. You can read them and then mark it as unread.
Is this a bit or is this a real thing? Like, what is this?
No, it's a very real thing. It's a life-changing thing.
All right.
Texts HQ. I don't have any invite codes. I'm not an influencer.
I think you can sign up without an invite code now. I might be wrong, but I went to their website and I'm pretty sure you can sign up with
I actually do have one invite code available. Should we give it away later today?
I think we do that, Andy.
Holy shit. That's
it's
crazy.
time to bless someone. Although Mike sounds like he wants it pretty bad.
I don't want it at all.
He's got to enter the giveaway like everyone else.
Yeah, get in line, rent seeker.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
But yeah, so it's all right. So I have a vertical monitor, and I like to write code on that monitor. It also is really nice for like chats. Like I keep all like my texts and like Twitter and all that stuff on the vertical monitor because you just can read a longer history of the chat, which I like. And then when I'm writing code, I like it on the vertical monitor because you can kind of see more. And then I have an ultra wide where I'll either have it be full screen and just like be browsing like OpenSea, like just when I'm browsing things that aren't really vertically based. Otherwise, I normally will split it into 2 things. But really the main reason I need another monitor, need is an interesting word, is when you want to watch. So I like watching videos full screen, but on the ultra wide monitor, it's just like taking up a lot of real estate if I want to just like have a basketball game on in the background while I'm coding or something. And then I only have my vertical monitor to use. And it's kind of like I haven't been able to find any software that lets me like full screen on half of my ultra wide screen. So I need to get another monitor so that I can watch videos while I write code is really what I'm trying to say. Because
this is
I have the
oddly
span of like a
soothing
4-year-old.
having you list off your equipment setup in your dreams. Jack, do you want to do yours right now? This is like an ASMR here.
Well, Giannis just walked back to the bench. So crazy stuff going on in the basketball game. I've got 2 monitors. One's just for video games. One's just my main. I don't do the whole 2 thing. I've got a light on my left side here. I got the mic arm. I keep it pretty simple as I can.
Yeah, I got the ultra wide monitor recently, and I really, really enjoy it. And I do know what Andy's saying as far as the second you get acclimated, like I have a 21-inch iMac and then I have the ultra wide monitor here, and I'm already finding myself being like, maybe I should reintroduce the vertical thing. Like you always want more real estate until you're just like one of the guys just like looking up at like all the screens. But you see the crypto trader screens and you're like, that'd be a sick setup. You put YouTube on that one, you put the Twitter DMs there, and just then you're good.
Yeah, and I say all of this as someone who just has an already absolutely terrible attention span, who can barely pay attention to anything they're doing at any given time, and has realized now that in order for me to like be productive, I have to just exit out of all of my chat services and like sign out of Twitter for the day so I can write code. But I need one more monitor to really kind of hit everything home,
There you go. I see Nosmok is in the hopper here. I say we get our VIPs in, Womanz. If you want to hop in as well, please do so. Let's welcome to the stream Nosmok. How are you doing,
guys?
Man?
Hey, Nosmok. Are we saying that right? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
And
is this because you paint without a smock, or is there more? to it?
Yeah, it's my it's my name backwards.
Change without a smock, or is there more?
Oh, we're getting an echo on someone. Hi, Bethany. Let's see here. Bethany, I think it's you. Do you have headphones that you could maybe put on? Hi, Bethany.
No, my computer's ridiculous.
Okay, hang on. I have to mute you right now just because we're getting a full echo of everything that's being said on a slight delay here. I'm going to check in a second here and see if we can get it figured out.
Do you have the stream still open that you can exit out?
Full echo of everything. Yeah, I think you might have the stream open here. I mean, we do want to keep those concurrents up, so maybe you can mute it, keep that live up. But so Nosmok, what she's getting this figured out. Where are you broadcasting from?
I'm in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You guys,
Very nice.
Make it down here often?
I went to Austin a couple years ago for the first time, and Jack, that's where he became a man, is from what I hear. You went to college there, Jack.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't become a man yet.
Yeah, you're right. You're still working on that.
Still working on that.
It's a journey we all go on.
Yeah, but Austin's fun. Where in Austin are you? Downtown, east side?
I'm a little south central, so kind of like south, like about 3-4 miles south of downtown.
So like mailing address maybe would be good. Something
Yeah.
like that would be helpful for me.
Well, mailing doesn't really matter. Billing, more importantly.
Yeah. No, it's kind of like 71 area, so like a little. Yeah. Anyways,
favorite food in
awesome.
Austin. Favorite food in Austin.
Favorite
Restaurant.
food? I mean, I love Uchi. I mean, that's one of the best restaurants. I mean, it's been around forever, but super consistent, really good sushi. But I always hit tacos. That's kind of the staple for our family. So yeah.
Okay.
There you go. And Bethany, are you broadcasting from Chicago here?
Yes.
Very good. Welcome to the club, making your club debut. We're excited to have you.
Thank you.
And you were sharing I don't want to dox you too much, but you had a big interview today from what I heard. Are you celebrating a little bit tonight, taking the edge off?
No, I live like a grad student right now. I had macaroni and cheese, and my dog took me for an awful spill. I just have like the most horrible
oh no
thing. He dragged me like all the way from the porch into the street. It was just
what kind of dog do you have?
A pit bull. He
wow.
He was like going after somebody, and it caught me off guard, and he dragged me into the street. So I was a little shaken up about that.
So you were like the real version of when people make the bad joke of like, are you walking the dog or is the dog walking you?
Yeah, that was what happened today.
And what I can't help but notice you have a jersey on. What team are we rocking there?
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
Damn.
There we go.
Dame
Rip
Dollar.
City. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's a vintage jersey.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
a
gonna
nice jersey.
last very
That's
long.
it's the city jersey from a couple years ago.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. And I've also noticed on Twitter, you've been training for a marathon, correct? The London Marathon?
Yes, the London Marathon. It's on October 3rd.
That's awesome. How's the training going?
It's fine. Did 5 miles today with the man's coin. And so I went down to the Chicago River and back, did a little loop. And yes, this Saturday will be 10 miles, which will be the farthest this year. And running with Team World Vision, raising money to try to sponsor children in developing countries, vulnerable children who just match them. Someone even on this Jerks here.
I signed up for one. I sponsored one as well.
Yeah, so that was really great.
For her run. So yeah.
That's awesome. And I have to ask a running training strategy as it relates to the man's coin. Now, I mean, these coins are fairly hefty. Is this actually a training tool where you're actually going to shed the man's coin for the marathon to feel more aerodynamic? Or is this like a talisman that is going to guide you on your journey?
Oh, I'm taking it with me the whole time.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I mean, if you are like that last mile and you're just feeling bogged down and you do need to ditch it, I think Mans would understand.
No.
Or if you've been running behind someone and you really don't want them to beat you, I believe it could be used as a projectile if needed.
It's like a banana in Mario Kart. You just throw behind you and everyone pratfalls.
Yeah.
Have you done a marathon before, or is this your first one?
I did the Chicago Marathon in 2019.
Nice.
Awesome.
That was my first.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, it was 100 degrees here with humidity today, and I can't even imagine having to do an 8+ mile training run. Is the humidity in check in Chicago right now?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It was only 80 degrees today. In Rip City, it hit 116 yesterday.
Wow, that's crazy.
Hardly any humidity, but still 116. So I don't know what the humidity was today, but it felt very thick. Is that what they say with 2 C's?
It was high
I
C.
still don't know what that
Nice.
means, but I see it written all the time.
Peter's been gone for enough time that his box has to leave for a second. I made that executive decision.
Nice.
Are we opening packs?
So yeah, I don't believe that either Nosmok or Womanz have packs, but Bethany, I know you said you had something up your sleeve.
Yes, I want to do something with my account, but I don't know how to share my. You don't wait. Yeah. You don't know how to share your screen? Correct.
Bethany. Well played. Well played.
This would be an absolute honor. Okay, so you are going to take it's about a mile jog down to the share button. Okay, so just a nice kind of warm up lap. You're going to click that. Okay, there is a water station there. Take a nice swig of water, and then you're going to click share screen. Okay, and now we have Heartbreak Hill. Okay, we are going to have to run up the hill right now to the Chrome tab. Okay, when you reach the summit of this Chrome tab, you're going to click it. Okay.
But you are gonna using like Netscape.
Oh no, you're on Netscape?
No, of course not.
Oh God, I was just terrified. I was worried that this run just went on a detour here. Okay. Now we are sprinting toward the finish line right here. Okay. This is one of the last mile checkpoints. It says share audio in the bottom left. You must do this.
I don't see that anymore because I clicked onto the other Chrome tab.
Okay, I think you were moving too quickly for my directions.
Drink.
Oh no.
Okay, it's okay. I went back.
Okay, double back. You did cheat on the run and you were outside of the course of play. You need to circle back, go back to the Chrome tab. Do you see the share audio in the bottom left?
Oh yeah, share audio.
Yes. Okay, we are now sprinting toward the finish. I hope you left a little in the tank because we are kicking for the finish line. There's a giant ribbon you are going to run through and you're going to press share.
Okay, you've lost me. There's like a step you've left out.
Oh no. Oh, what step did I leave out? So then, sorry, maybe I didn't explain.
Can I tell you what I see?
Yes, please do.
I see the box that says screen sharing tips.
Oh no.
Screen sharing is easiest with screen monitors. Screen sharing works best on a good computer. That might be my problem. Some screens let you share audio. Look for the share audio. I don't need to share audio though. I'm just.
Oh, that is true. That was a whole part we need. So you should, under the Chrome tabs, you should see your available Chrome tabs. And I assume if you have it preloaded, it would be a TopShot browser tab.
Okay.
Oh, no. Everyone is getting hammered right now as they play this drinking game of me still explaining Chrome share audios. How we doing, Bethany?
I think I'm
with Nosmok on the side. What's the art over your shoulder?
Huh?
Oh, you did it. We did it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Across the finish line. Were you trolling?
I've got a username. Going in.
Hang on, Bethany. Were you trolling me or were my instructions subpar?
Let's just leave that to be.
Okay. Okay. Touche. I refuse to believe that my instructions weren't impeccable. Okay. So what are you cooking up over here?
Oh, okay. So I want to give away some moments.
Ooh.
This is what I want to do, and I want to give away 3 moments.
Okay.
To 3 people who have shown me favor in some way in the TopShot community.
Okay.
Wow.
The first is Willis.
Ooh.
Who is possibly one of the most likable people.
Amen.
In the what do you call the man's community?
Well, you need to add a
In
few
the Discord.
into the pronunciation of community. Oh, you mean the Deposit Kingdom Discord?
In the Deposit Kingdom Discord, sure.
Yeah.
I can say that. So I think that he is one of the most likable people. And in particular, he likes Duke. And whenever I talk about Duke, I often get somebody talks bad about Duke. talks good about some other rival of Duke. And but Willis is on board with Duke. He's here for it. And so I looked through his profile. I saw that he does not have a Cam Reddish.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm going to gift him my Cam Reddish.
Wow, that is very nice of you. Willis, of course, on the show a couple weeks ago, had the iconic wine glass emote that we created and added to the Deposit Kingdom. Yes, one of the pillars of almost all of the Deposit Kingdom sub communities. He is very active and we love Willis. So shout out Willis. And that's a very nice gesture from you, Womanz.
Okay.
I'll note no sales in Bethany's account. No sales. A true collector.
Mike is already running his background check.
Wow.
On the
0
account.
sales. 1 prior gift, but I won't dive into that. I know what's going on there.
Damn, this is intimidating.
I was doing a quest and I had to gift it to my other account.
Bethany, you weren't supposed to say that.
Not out loud.
Oh, no, I have to sign into Dapper?
How about this, Bethany? How about you announce the giveaways and then you can do them after the show? You don't have to physically do them on the show.
Okay. This is how many accounts I have.
I'm not even showing that. That's probably behavior we don't want to condone or support on this show, and we're just going to move past that.
That's not how many
earmuffs, Jacob. Earmuffs.
That's just how many
Oh, Gmail accounts, you mean?
Yeah. Just
okay, good. Like you had to be spooked over there. Okay, what's number 2 here?
Okay, number 2 is that so am I still sharing?
I pulled out your Dapper login screen off the screen. I mean, I'm willing to show a lot of stuff on there, but I didn't think that was compelling screen share.
Yeah, that's fine. It's all like encrypted anyway. But yes, okay, so the second person is Eric. And he knows I'm going to give him something, but he didn't know I was going to do it on TopShot, Club TopShot.
Wow.
But I wanted to thank Eric for being someone who has helped me probably more than anyone has in here. He was the person who hid my identity from the time I showed him some silly Twitter account and said, "Can you keep a secret?" And I don't think either of us knew, how much time, both of us would spend, going, what should we do? What should I do? What should he do? What should she do?
I should give people just a little bit of background because not everyone knows this kind of web that we the long story short is Bethany initially became part of the community as this character Womanz. She was threatening to release her own Womanz NFT, and she was a hot topic of conversation in a very male heavy Discord of who was this woman's figure. She kept up the ruse for a long time. I was finally able to crack it, but apparently Eric was your co-conspirator in helping you, stay on the low there.
Right. So anyway, Eric knew the whole time. He didn't tell people. He was helpful to me, and I'm going to give him my best moment, which is my Kevin Durant playoff game tying moment, which I can't show you now because my screen got pulled.
I mean, I could pull up your screen, but it's this.
No, it's okay.
No, that's the content we're here for.
That's because I'm not on my TopShot account very much. It got pulled.
Well, that is very nice of you. I'm sure Eric will appreciate that a ton.
Except he just implied something in the chat earlier that he wants TopShot value to stay down, and then I just made his go up. So.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other bag of worms. We'll let him talk about that on Club Top Shot. Okay, this is you are like Oprah here, just giving out moments. Look under your chair. You got a moment. You get a moment. Is there a third one you revealed that you have here?
Yes, but I'll say it in 10 seconds.
Okay.
Pete, I was gonna give you one of my FVV moments because I have two of the same one. So
yeah, who would want multiple FVVs at the same moment? That's ridiculous.
You can have one of mine.
I can?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can even choose the serial number.
Whoa. All right. I'm going to put it in the FVV vault. Thank you, Bethany. That's very nice of you. Awesome. Well, that was very, very kind of you to do that. Very generous. Nosmok. So now you said you were going to give 10 moments from your collection to everybody?
I was going to go 30, you know.
Okay,
that's, every VIP gets one. I'm just kidding.
Well, how is
I don't know how I'm going to top her, you know.
What did you both write on the form to get selected for tonight? Because I was not selected tonight, which I'm disappointed in.
You are here already.
I wrote, I have no packs, just want to have a beer with and hang out.
Okay.
Where's your beer?
I'd love to get a little more.
Yeah, where's
if
your
we're not
drink?
Opening packs.
Oh, right here.
We are going to open a pack to close.
Shiner.
Let's go.
Of course.
All right.
There you
Very
go.
good.
Gin and tonic.
Ooh, that's a great summer
And
drink.
I found a water that looks like a beer, so.
Oh, yeah. I think
Nice.
your brother was asking if that was a Miller Lite earlier.
No, Bud Light, because it looks like a Bud Light Platinum. And if I drink a Bud Light Platinum, my parents will never speak to me again. So he was concerned.
You had a rough night with BLPs?
No, it's our family business is beer distribution. So Bud is kind of the rival.
I heard about that on the first mint.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, I have a question for you. Like that LeBron Cosmic you have listed, have you had any interest in terms of people DMing you, kind of trying to, or real interest?
No.
I'm surprised it went that low, you know, like.
No interest at all. I think that's a bad sign for the market, in my opinion, because I think that, I mean, we've always talked about LeBron as being the leader. And it was one of the things that I shared a while ago when I think we had our first market kind of drop was when the platinum ices and whatever, the one of ones and the of threes, we're talking about, you know, people wanted them to launch while everything was hot because those were going to be the coolest things. Like, I think that just showed they're going to have to wait a very long time for that. It's going to have to, because if that moment's not going to go, and then, you know, some people are saying they don't even think a Cosmic would sell down to 100K, which would be 50% down from the top moment or from the top sale of the Cosmic, which the market has dropped 50% since then. So I think that could be fair, but that kind of is the North Star of the whole Top Shot. But no, I haven't gotten any messages about it.
That's crazy.
The only Discord message I got this week was from Bethany, which was fun.
Did you make an offer, Bethany?
Separate.
Okay.
It's so hard to get that kind of money.
I just like to
right
message
now, so it's like,
fine.
I think people have so many other projects that they're, you know, you talked about it earlier, like, you know, the people with that kind of money are crypto people, and it's they just have to make it a lot easier to kind of get people like from their bank accounts rather than like going to like 3 different touches and Coinbase and all these things. So
the only
I'm surprised.
The only thing I'll note that I think was interesting is there was like, I think one went up for 250. Obviously everyone was like, oh wow, Cosmic's finally back on the market. Then it went to 235, 245, and people, no one budged at that price because I don't think when you're spending $250,000 that 5K or 15 is making a difference.
Totally.
And then when I got it down to that price, 175, the people above actually pulled anything close to it. So I think, and I saw Library posted something about that on Twitter today, which was when they message someone, they'll pull it and say it's worth twice as much, a little seller's remorse. And so I definitely think like that's, I would never drop it below that price.
Yeah.
But I just kind of like playing, seeing if it's sold. I haven't taken $1 out of TopShot, so I think there is a part of me that's like, I wish it sold at the top. Obviously, like
didn't you take $1 out in a test withdrawal?
I took $5 out, but
Okay,
it cost,
so you have.
but it cost me 25. So I took negative 20. But point being, like, there was some part of me that was like, it would make sense, financially responsible. Would I ever be able to touch a Cosmic again? Maybe not. And also, I tweeted this out. I was looking at the tribute moment, Kobe tribute versus the Cosmic. Yeah. There's no doubt, in my opinion, that the Cosmic is first legendary, whatever, and it is the Cosmic set that I much prefer. But like, after watching the two moments, like I said it from the start, I never got the appeal of that LeBron dunk against the Kings. And like watching the tribute dunk, it's like, that's a sick moment to me. So I think that had something to do with it too. But it'll be interesting. I don't know. Andy and Mike, we've talked about this before. Like months ago, we said if a Cosmic hit the market, it would take 24 hours or a week at 250. Now we're down to 175. I don't know if that has to do with crypto. I don't know if that has to do with, it's a bear market. People, people wanted all these moments when they cost twice as much. And I don't think the thesis on a moment like that has changed versus, right? Like if you were collecting, series 1 bases because that was but now the volume of it or the quantity is massive. That thesis might have changed. And I think that's important to note. But I think on a Cosmic, like if you felt a certain way about Cosmics or the Hollows, then that stuff should probably still ring true, in my opinion.
Yeah. Seems like nothing really over 5K is really trading outside of challenge stuff, So what are y'all's views on, like not like Throwdown, for example, Throwdown Kobe Tribute versus base common, very similar prices, but one is kind of an offset versus a core set. Is there, I know it's a very short history, but like, what do you guys think about kind of the relative value of something like that?
It's funny you asked that one because I literally asked Andy that exact question back in February because I ended up going in on the Throwdown one of that, and I was asking Andy that same thing. So I'm actually curious, Andy, if your opinion on that has changed since.
No, not really. I think you can look at my account and kind of get an idea of my feelings on it, which is that I own a complete Series 1 base set and a lot of hollows and metallic golds and then some Cosmics. And I don't really own very much else other than like the KD moment because it's kind of special. I generally have stuck to the like kind of core offerings, but I do think it's really hard to say with a particular moment like the LeBron James dunk. I think that the Kobe tribute dunk kind of transcends the narrative around set and all of that in so much as there's just so many of them. And in a world where this thing is important in any way, like that moment is very important just for the history of basketball. And so it kind of is a bit of a special case. But in general, if you give me the option to get the same moment or same player in a more niche set like Throwdowns, which seems like it might be a consistent like every season thing, which at least is more promising for it, or MGLE or base or something, I'd probably choose the MGLE or the base.
Cool.
My thoughts on it are your base stuff and your MGLE stuff is going to be the most liquid, right? So if that's something that's relevant to you, and that's not just talking about you, anyone who's listening or watching, that's always something to think about. But we saw in the major bull market for cards, physical cards, a lot of stuff got really good narratives, right? So like alternate cards, so tennis and golf and stuff like that, and then these kabooms, right? So these cards that look really, really cool, right? So it took, the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson card absolutely skyrocketed. The Rock had been around, right? Like he had been around, but it was a really cool card. So the ones that I feel personally, like I agree, like I prefer base, holo, cosmic, and then MGLE, but I still think the sets that are insanely undervalued are the final stuff. Like in the bubble, LeBron's first ring on the Lakers, that stuff seems like it could essentially get a narrative or a major narrative around it versus like, New York versus Cali, like that one, but who knows, right? Like if Jay-Z with this CryptoPunk comes in and buys up all the New York stuff and then Snoop Dogg buys up all the West Coast stuff, like who, right? It's all narrative based. So I think if you think it's really cool, you think it has a cool story, that's where I would go. If you're looking stuff that will be more liquid, you go base.
I think it's a good question. In this particular case, I really liked the idea of the 1,000 edition size bases. They were just such an unusual thing in TopShot history. It's the lowest edition we'll ever see of bases. It's essentially at rare level now, like sub-rare level. And so like for for example, the Ja Morant has 1,000 editions. The Zion has whatever it is, 1,350 or something like that. And even though I think Zion's a better player, I really like the Ja Morant 1,000 edition. And so for in this particular case, I like the idea of the 1,000 edition LeBron. I feel like just that has a bit of a story to it. Like this was so early that Dapper thought 1,000 base edition was a big enough size. And Throwdowns, we don't know what to make of it. But
the most interesting one is probably rookie debut, right? Like,
so that's a really good question.
That one's crazy.
Rookie debut when we first got here, Andy and myself, was like deemed to be this is the rookie moment of players. And it was a little bit strange because players generally, I think I don't know, and you said 100% of the time the rookie debut is the same as the MGLE.
Yeah, it is.
So I think that's the case. So it wasn't a difference of one of them having the TopShot debut tag or one of them being like the rookie. It was just, we have 4 iterations of the same exact moment with, RJ Barrett has base, rookie debut, MGLE, and holo. Which is better between MGLE and rookie debut? And people tended to go rookie debut. And now looking back, rookie debut seems a little bit unusual. It's kind of this one-off set. It's not happening in series 2. And so I don't know what to think of it. Like the Zion #1, it was a challenge reward. The Zion #1, when that moment went to Anorak, one of the early collectors, that was like the biggest thing that happened in TopShot early on. It was like bigger news than anything from the top or holo or cosmic. It was Zion #1 rookie debut. And that was like the biggest thing. And
he bought it for $10K.
Yeah, he bought it for $10,000 at the time, which was a huge buy at the time, like the biggest by far. And now I don't know what to make of it. Looking back, I think I would probably rather have the MGLE of the same player than the rookie debut of the same player. But I don't know. I mean, a lot of these are questions. So I've kind of spread my bets where I don't have a conviction one or the other. I've tried to spread my bets, kind of take both sides and see how the market evolves.
Series 1. That's the only series we have to talk about this because you have the same moment across all these sets. Series 2+, you're not going to have that. So maybe over time, everything just goes to the same price. So I don't. That's why I asked because anyways. So
that's a great question.
Answering that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So.
What are the price points for the Kobe tribute or like low price for the base and the Throwdown?
I think it's like $11K for the Throwdown and like $6 for the common. So
they've converged at times. There are times when they're the same.
Common 6, and then the
common doesn't trade. Does trades a lot more than the rare. So
that makes sense.
Just Bethany, a thought. I mean, I just wanted to hear what the big guys thought about it.
Bethany, what's your favorite moment? Favorite moment on the site? Oh, you're muted. I got you. No, you gotta unmute yourself. It looks like
I muted myself. To be honest, like I don't know.
That's fair. That's very fair. All the Duke moments, right?
Yes, every Duke moment.
There you go. There you go.
I'll say the Zion rookie moment. I don't know.
There you go. I mean,
That's awesome one.
The block is like, it looks like a volleyball spike. I think it's one of the coolest moments on the entire site.
One of you said that moment is super iconic. Was it Mike? I feel like I saw someone say that moment was super iconic.
I'm a Vince last shot and Kobe tribute truther. Like, I think those two moments are like far and away the best on the platform.
And I think the Vince one is one of those that is that now, right? Like 10 years down the line is Vince Carter's final shot. Maybe because it's Series 1, but like Vince Carter's not ranking in the top 100 players in NBA history.
That is a good call. I think it was Jeremy because he had made a big purchase of, I think, the number one of one of those Zion blocks. I forget what year.
Yeah. But I just don't think, I mean, it's the same thing with the Steph Hollow assists. Like, Stephen Curry's not known for those behind the back passes.
But I think Vince's is different. It's the last shot of his career, and like the Knicks let him shoot it because the season was stopping because of COVID. It's just like a crazy overall situation.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
and he only has 2 moments. I mean, that one play on the entire platform.
But it's Vince Carter. Like Vince Carter's dope. He's not even like a legend in the grand.
Vince Carter's a legend.
I met him.
Vince Carter was on like every 90s kids, every 90 born kids wall. Growing up, like everyone had a
he's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer for different reasons than he was the best player on the floor for 10 years.
Yeah, but like it's for the reason of he's one of the like most beloved players in
now though. That's what I'm saying.
Like when he was winning those dunk contests, he was like on top of the world.
He was everywhere.
He was voted starter.
Yeah.
Jack, you're too young to understand the cultural impact.
I think if you went back in time, like think football, like I'm sure there were moments when like people were like, "Oh, LaDainian Tomlinson is a legend." Like I don't think he is
a San Diego legend.
He is a legend.
See, like
that's the best
LaDainian Tomlinson.
If you consider LaDainian Tomlinson, okay, so if LaDainian
that's actually a good comp for Vince Carter.
Then
I don't think Vince Carter's like different. He has these highlights that are like on any basketball highlight reel. Vince Carter would have like several in the top like 15.
He's the greatest dunker probably of all time. He's spectacular. He was awesome, but he's not a top 100 basketball player of all time. And he's like a fan favorite, but like as time goes on and like people are jumping over cars, and I just think that it's cool now, but in 25 years, like LaDainian Tomlinson will not be like.
Let's not do LaDainian.
The fantasy nerds.
Forgotten.
The fantasy football players will love LT forever. Like he was epic, but like the casual, I'm just saying, think about your addressable audience. That's all.
I think it's his only moment on the platform. It's going to be his only ever like current player moment. They might have run it back. They might have anything else. Then what the context around the shot? Yes, Casey. Yes. Can we replace Settlemans? Switch them out.
Yeah. So Jack's off the show. Where's Casey?
Yeah, bring Casey in. No, but just the context around the shot is like absolutely wild. It's like the game had to go to overtime. The fans had to recognize what was going on. The Knicks had to let him shoot. And all because there was literally a global pandemic about to suspend the NBA season. And so this was Vince Carter's last career game. It's like absolutely insane what was going on. And so like I think obviously Vince Carter's moment should be a dunk, but just the context around the shot is crazy.
Yeah. I think we should close out with
not financial advice.
Yeah, clearly. Find Mike actually pumping his bags. We haven't done that in forever.
Yeah, just pump.
So I have a couple packs. I do have an NBA playoffs pack. Jack, I don't know if you have a pack. I'm happy to do one. To keep it is tradition here.
I think I do. Oh, I have a playoff pack.
Yeah, let's do our playoff packs.
Cool.
All right, you want to do yours first?
Well, you got to send us to the club.
Oh, you're right. I am so off my game. Guys, we got Bethany. We got Nosmok. It's time to open some packs. Yo, what up? It's DJ Pete Overzet. Welcome to the club. We didn't think things were going to get popping tonight, but it's about to get lit. Behind door number 2, it's a 3-pointer. 13-25, Kevin Durant.
Pass go.
We're
we're gonna get a LaMelo. We're gonna get a Luka. We're gonna get a LeBron. Quick to reveal. Let's go. God damn it! I don't need another layup. To the window. To the wall. The De'Aaron Fox stripped down my ball. 293 assists. Let's go. 293. Everybody get their drinks. Let's get a cheers tonight before we open up these nice packs.
Cheers, cheers, cheers to everyone for coming out tonight, even to Peter doing everything he can. I'm impressed. He dropped in despite a long day of betting thousands and thousands of dollars on the golf course. All right, Jack, let's do this up.
All right. Still looking for my Obi moment. If I don't get it tonight, I'll probably buy one tonight.
Ooh, I like this track.
Nice.
See, I still think they should do the little bubble in the playoff moment, even though it's a beat. Like, why? Like, you know?
Yeah.
My personal.
Let me
Bethany,
know when I'm opening the
is
playoff.
there a number?
I always go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm great. So I say 1.
I can't hear. One?
Oh.
One.
One.
You said one.
Ooh, nice cereal. Wow.
Vucevic.
Ooh.
Chicago.
Chi-Town. A little over the shoulder. Once again, not a jump shot, but okay. Nosmok. Got a number for me?
All right, 3.
3. Trace. Ooh. Hey.
Okay, there you go. That's your guy.
Hey.
That's tight.
That works. That works, Nosmok. The rest of you don't get to pick numbers.
Wow,
Wow.
this is a nice pack.
Pre-injury Giannis. Pre-injury
Over
Giannis.
Durant.
He was so athletic.
Claxton. Top shot date. Where'd the music go?
Yeah, where did it
Oh,
go?
there
I had to reset.
Wow, what a pack. Wait, oh, it's a double playoff. Wow. And Bird.
That's fun.
Happy with that pack. Very happy with that pack.
Very
That
nice.
was great. That was great.
Any updates on Giannis's health, by the way?
He came back to the bench, but he I think it's one of those you can walk on it, but maybe not play. Can you reshare me? I want to go shopping for a top-in moment with the club.
Shopping for Obi Toppin?
Ain't no stopping for shopping. Wow. Okay. So I don't understand. It searches Obi and it shows his first, but then it shows other moments. Is that a new update?
No, that seems like a glitch.
That's a glitch.
Let's try that again. Ain't no stopping.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
Giannis has been ruled out, hyperextended knee.
All right.
Andy, Dr.
Wow.
Andy nailed that.
His moments, $8 for the playoffs. That's hilarious. All right, let's see. Top sale 264.
What kind of cereal are we looking for here, Jack?
What flavor?
I was at that game. Wow, number one for only 3,700.
Man of the people.
If only you were liquid, Jack.
It's disgusting. It's the first time I've ever had Dapper Balance in my life. Second time, actually. Second time.
What did you sell?
I sold the Booker Hollow because I'm trying to go to the finals. So if the Suns don't beat the Clippers, I'll probably buy this Obi Toppin moment legitimately.
So you're either going to the finals or buying an Obi Toppin playoff moment.
I was at the game. It was electric.
I'm hoping you get to go to the Suns finals.
But yeah, so I said I was going to sell the Booker Hollow so I could go to the finals, see CP3 game 1 in Phoenix, even though it is like a million degrees there. And someone was like, I'd rather have a Booker Hollow Series 2. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's a really cool. So I'm curious what people think if like they would trade a Booker Hollow or a Hollow in general to go to a finals game. I think that's where it's fun to debate, like what's more valuable to you.
Well, I mean, we got to know what are the prices in the vacuum. What's the low ask on that Booker? How much are you getting for that?
I got, I think it's over. It was Serial 10, so it was pretty good. Or Serial 15 actually, out of 99. I sold it for $37.50. So but that rake back, baby, that rake back.
You'll never forget that finals game, though.
Yeah,
like
that. Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Sometimes the best moments, guys, are the ones up here.
Oh yeah. That's a 101 right there.
Mike, share your screen. You got a pack?
I got a pack.
All right, you do your pack, and then I'll do a walk off.
I don't get to open a pack.
Oh, you didn't tell me.
I
Mike,
messaged in the chat 45 minutes ago.
Oh shit!
I have a playoff pack, by the way.
Someone just bought the lowest ass topping. They sniped me.
Damn.
From $8 to $9. The floor has been smashed.
The lowest price.
What was that, Bethany?
I get sniped all the time when I try to buy the lowest price moment.
I know they have a way of humbling you when you go after that bargain.
All right, did this work?
Only 3,700. Wow.
Looks like your Chrome view is maybe at about a 70% zoom. If I had to guess.
Is that better? What I just did?
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, it was spread on the whole screen, but I gave it half the screen. Okay. Series 2, which one do we want? Which one or two? Release 1 or release 2?
Oh,
release 2 has 2 playoff moments in it. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
Why do you have 2 playoff packs? You could just get more.
I did one of the quests. I think maybe I won one of them. I don't really know, to be honest.
I have so much respect for Mike, who just grinds these little moments with just a 8-figure account valuation.
Yeah,
I'm having a good time out here.
I respect it.
You say you have a day job, and yet you're just completing every random quest on TopShot with your free time.
Not all of them. All right, here we go.
Let's do it. All you guys complaining about the music, welcome to the fucking club. Get off my lawn.
All right, Nosmok, you go first, because I know Bethany's going to say 1. What do you want? 5?
5. Reverse chronological. Another boot. Double boot night.
Double boot.
Bethany? Nice low number.
Looks like he got up high in this one. I mean, he's quite the dunker.
Yeah, there's your Blazers, Bethany.
Pete?
Yeah, dude looks good.
More Blazers.
He was Blazers. We is Blazers.
Sick dunk.
What a high-scoring game.
Oh, baby, yeah.
Andy?
4.
Oh, he went to Duke.
Seth Curry. Better than Embiid.
3 ball.
Better than Embiid, better than Simmons. Just an unbelievable player these days. All right, here we go. This could be another playoff moment.
Drew.
Drew Holiday.
Nice move.
Yeah, that's slick. Very well done. Very
Thank
nice.
you. All right, Andy, it's all you.
All right. Let's see if I can.
Did your overs hit, Pete?
Those were Clay's overs. He was texting me earlier. Oh no, it looks like we're 2 points off. He said they took Portis out.
Yep, I had Portis over 8, and they pulled him with 7.
Brutal.
I did hit a 6x guy, but whatever. Oh, Bogdanovich smashed. Yeah. Wow. Portis by 2. Pain. Whose pack is this?
This is Andy, and then I got one.
Andy, you only have 1 pack?
Yeah. Well, so I generally forget when I get a pack. I just rip it and I'm like, oh shit.
All
Wasn't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, now what I've been doing is just opening, click clicking open and then exiting out of the screen.
I don't know if you're kidding.
I'm not.
You're sick. I unmute the music in the top left.
All right, where am I going? Let's go Nosmok. The NFT god Kyle.
Coming on the show next week, right there.
Thursday, I thought.
Thursday.
I don't know if I can do Thursday.
Let's see. Someone in the chat. I'll be number one. I'll do it for the Womanz.
Landry.
Oh man.
Did you get identical materials for Lowry and
Did I? 30?
Maybe 30.
No, close. Alright. Clay's saying that I should do number 3. What do you guys think? Should I do 3? Best player on the Bucks. Bucks MVP.
This guy is Big Ragu.
Are you upset you're not going to get to buy a Big Ragu finals moment? That's crushing.
I mean, are the Bucks even going to make the finals?
That's true. It's 2-2.
All right. I'm going to do my pack. This is going to be a walk-off pack. Once again, thank you to Nosmok and Bethany for joining us tonight. We very much enjoyed having you guys, getting to know you. It was a lot of fun. Bethany, keep us posted on your marathon training, and always keep that man's coin close.
Okay.
And yeah, as we said, guys, if you have questions about the Vegas trip, let us know. But we are honing in on those dates, 16th, 17th. If you guys want to come out in Vegas, we should have some fun stuff planned. It'll be fun to hang out, hopefully do a show and a meetup, all that good stuff. We'll have more details about that. Any other housekeeping stuff I'm forgetting, guys?
Yeah, fun little thing that is only relevant for probably this stream and like 30 other people. Sam Merrill sighting in the NBA Conference Finals. So I think that moment, his moment might be more iconic than Vince Carter's, because the true OGs will never forget the Sam Merrill hype.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sam Merrill is the LaDainian Tomlinson of the NBA for sure. Also, Andy, should we do a giveaway? You leave a comment or retweet a tweet for this text invite. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I don't know. Comment on something or.
Okay, leave a comment once this stream is over. Leave a comment with your favorite Andy moment from the show in its duration, and we'll draw for one to get the text invite, and you can have all of your streamlined DMs all in one place. We are now officially sponsored and unofficially sponsored by text. All right, let's do it. It's time for me to open my playoff pack. Woo! You want one, Bethany?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do it. Blazer, Carmelo.
Hey.
The real Mello.
Wow. Mello and Dame to the Knicks for RJ Barrett. Talk about it.
Nosmok. He says 4.
Oh.
I want to be Fred VanVleet, but it wasn't.
I don't
You guys
want
know
to be.
famous for, right? Who's being famous for destroyed by Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Utah. Jack. 2 or 3? 3. Bogdan. The European face of TopShot.
The shush.
With the Kevin Huter assist.
Game 1 dagger.
2. Kevin Durant, let's go.
All right.
It's a great one.
Is that a Kevin Durant? Is that a
Coast
Kevin Durant
coast play?
me bit?
Look at that. A lot of bang for my buck here. I get the block and the layup on the other end. All right, guys. This is Club Top Shot. We appreciate you guys. We are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. I'm saying that just for Peter Jennings, no one else. We are here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. What do we got? Colin Sexton.
A little sex land.
The man. The sex man. We'll see you guys next week.